Okay, so welcome back to Behind the Keyhole of this episode. Today we're going to be going through why you're going to succeed when others don't. Because if you're coming into my field, I know that you're already someone that wants to be successful, and I want my clients to fucking win. All right? Your results are my results too. So if you don't want to have the same 2020, the same year you had in 2025 as moving into 2026, then this episode is definitely for you. And you're definitely not here to do what everyone else is doing and hope that it magically works out, right? So, this episode is for leaders. It's not for people who are spectators. Now, all of my content is I want to be able to guide you through. So, regardless of what space you're at, I know you're a leader. I know you're here to improve yourself. And if you don't want to be challenged, opt the fuck out. Opt out. If you do want results that others don't get, now is the time to lean into this episode. Because the hard truth is that the same actions lead to the same results. When you do the same thing, you get the same result. When you think the same thoughts, you live in the same reality, okay? Now, I teach channeling, but I do believe that your thoughts and your thoughts really do depict your reality. So it's really important that you pick yourself up when you're moving through these and you're accessing your next level, okay? Because most people don't fail because they're not good at what they do. You're probably fucking incredible at what you do, right? They often stumble when they come to the bridge of shifting the discomfort or changing the way that they've always been, okay? So this is what I want to bring to the forefront for you. I've got some notes here as well. Because comfort is the enemy, okay? So whenever you're like, I had a chat with someone the other day I did a reading for, and, they're wanting to bring their business in. I'm like, well, you're in comfort zone. You're literally in your comfort zone. And so you have to expand outside of your familiar, your comfort zone, what everyone else is doing, okay? And go against the grain and outside of your own grain, your own conditioning, your own comfort zone, okay? You have to push yourself into courage. Now, there's a few things that you may feel like you're like navigating in the 3D before you can even feel like stepping into courage. Because if you're in any emotional frequencies like shame, fear, anger, or ego, those are the ones you want to really identify what is coming up so that one, you have a conscious awareness, and two, you can get the support or take the appropriate actions to shift those pieces. Because if you're moving from fear, you're actually probably not moving at all. You're probably in paralysis, analysis, a bit of anxiety. So I want you to be moving from courage. But in order to move from courage, you have to shift through lower density frequencies, okay? The first one is a frequency that's linked to shame, which is actually a feeling of feeling unworthy. You don't feel worthy of the life that you actually desire. Consciously, you're like, I want to make this amount of money, I want to do these things, but subconsciously, you're self-sabotaging, you're not going all in, right? You're saying you want to do something and then you don't do it, right? Because there's a worthiness link for you to shift. And this was happening to me a lot this has happened to me a lot in the past. Like, there is many times that I've self-sabotaged until I understood that this was a subconscious belief, okay? And you can 100% shift this. And really, the worthiness is really working a lot around your heart space. So really doing a lot of heart chakra activations and really uncovering this further, okay? The second one is linked to fear. Now, I feel like I know a lot about fear because I had struggled with years and years and years of anxiety, okay, which is the frequency of fear. And this is where you actually get put in a analysis over paralysis. You're overthinking. You feel like you need more clarity. You need, like, you're in this fear state of making decisions, taking action, of Just you're constantly having these thoughts of fear things coming up and you're thinking the worst things, okay? Or there could be just something that comes up that you're like, oh, that's quite, fear can feel crippling versus when you're acting from courage, it might feel uncomfortable, but you can fucking do it. So you want to make sure you're taking action from courage, not fear. Like, you can absolutely take action from fear, but like if you're in a state of fear, it feels like total shit. So I don't know, like if you're taking action from fear, fucking great work, okay? And what that is just recognizing what those beliefs are. It's recognizing that it may not be real, right? It may not be a real thing. It's due to conditioning, okay? Fear is also not your intuition, okay? It's conditioning. The next one is anger and frustration. This comes from not doing the things you need to do, okay? So there's something inside of you where you fucking feel frustrated. You feel angry at, you feel frustrated. This is something that may have happened when you were young, where someone hurt you, or there was a lot of anger, or something that really shifted you into this anger state. And this is where you're not doing the things that you need to do, okay? Because the piece after anger and frustration is your ego, and your ego will fucking block you. Your ego will keep you in comfort. Your ego will not allow you to expand, okay? Ego says, I shouldn't have to do this. It should be easier by now. It hates discipline. It doesn't want to do the things. Your ego will block you from doing the things, and when you're in anger and fear, anger and frustration, you may find that you're blaming things. You're blaming the market, you're blaming the timing, you're blaming money, you're blaming all these other things from not being able to do it. I had someone book in a sales call recently and say that 9 a.m. for a meeting was too early. Too early. What do you mean it is too early? I am up at 5 a.m. if I need to. I've done psychic readings to clients at 6 a.m. And that took me a little while to understand, to like get in the energy to do a 6 a.m. reading. Because if you have the drive, you will fucking do it, right? And if you're feeling that unworthiness, like you don't understand why you're self-sabotaging, because I was there. So I understand that piece where it's like you want something, but then your actions aren't coming to play. And that is a piece of you may feel unworthy in certain situations, okay? But then there is a blatant, you need to be doing the things, okay? So 2025 for me it felt fucking shit because I was in these lower dense states and still moving through these conditionings in order to drive the results and my actions. And the process we're about to do shortly is actually what shifted me. It is actually what shifted me into an incredible drive of discipline, an incredible drive of showing up in business. And this is how I was able to unravel all the pieces to understand what I had to do or what the fears were that was holding me back, okay? And what I believe success actually requires is the part people say they want to do until it's time to actually do it, which requires courage, which requires discomfort and growth over familiarity, okay? And discipline, showing up even, when motivation disappears. So we're going to look at your wants versus your willingness. So I want you to get out a piece of paper and really take some time to do this. I'm going to give you the prompts and you can do them later as well. But the example is, you can pick a number you want to make in the month. I want 25K months. Write this down. I want 25K months. And congratulations if you stayed on this video, okay? I want 25K months, but I don't want to, or I don't want, and whatever's just come to your mind, write that down. I want you to say it again, and whatever comes to your mind, write that down. I want you to say it again, and whatever comes to your mind, write that down. And you might have got 10 things there. You might have one thing. Okay, so the line is, I want 25K months, but I don't want. and really allow to see what comes through, okay? And these are the exact things that you get to work on, because these are the pieces that's going to shift your frequency and your actions and your delivery for your business and for your clients, okay? So DM me on Instagram what comes up for you. DM me what those pieces are. I really want to know. Engage with me. And if you want to join the Soul Lounge, if you want a mentor who's going to push you, who, you know, has been through these things, okay? Because I had a few things. I didn't want to look at that. Like, I had a lot about the accounting stuff that really kind of like scared me. I had fears about being psychic. You know, there was lots of pieces that I was still shifting through. So, you know, these are the pieces that you get to recode. These are the pieces that you get to push yourself when you don't want to. Because when you work on the bottlenecks, that is when the biggest pieces shift, truly, right? Because you're doing what, you know, 90% of those people don't want to do. And this is why this isn't for everyone. And that's the point, because this is why you're going to succeed when others do not. Okay, see you later.